Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video you'll see an overview of the Slaves to Darkness Battletome Warscroll Cards and Enhancement Cards. These came in the Slaves to Darkness Army box, and I got these on eBay because I think a lot of people bought that Army box for the chosen models and then sold off these cards and book. And altogether these cost just over £20, and that included delivery, so you can get them for a great price at the moment. Let's have a look at the Warscroll cards first. I'll get them opened up and flick through so you can have a really good idea of what's included. And then if you're looking to order these to add them to your collection, then you'll know exactly what you'll get for your money. This is one chunky pack of cards, really great value. I've seen this going on eBay at the moment for under £10 if you just buy the Warscroll cards separately. So you can't go wrong, I don't think. And if you're going to be playing Slaves to Darkness or any army in Age of Sigmar and can get the Warscroll cards, I definitely recommend it. They're pretty packed in tight. There's quite a lot going on. We'll get them out. We've got some double-sided cards that open up, the regular War Scrolls, and you've also got some tokens in here. There's going to be a total of 34 tokens that you can use to keep track of rules and special abilities during the game. It's so hard to get Warscroll cards. They sell out really fast. I just can't believe how cheap they are. I didn't really plan on getting these, but as I am going to be playing my Slaves to Darkness models from Warcry a lot in Age of Sigmar, I felt like it had to be done. And if I ever buy Archaon, who I've got my eye on, I think this would be really handy and really help the game. Before we take a look at the cards in detail, I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep making these videos every day. I really appreciate your support, and I couldn't do it without you. And if you'd like to join the Patreon or find out more about it, I'll put a link in the description down below. It'd be awesome to see you there, and the more people we can get to join the Patreon community, the more videos I can make. And I'm looking to do different types of content, but I need your help to do it, so it'd be great if you could check that out. Let's break it down then. We'll have a look at the tokens first. So you get these two cards. They're A6 in size, and you just pop these out so you can see you've got your grand strategies and battle tactics there for the Slaves to Darkness, and then some tokens to use for enhancements and special abilities, command points, that kind of thing. I like having little things like this because you can place a token next to a unit so you know which enhancement or which ability it's going to be using, or if you've got command points to spend, you can use the tokens to keep track of those. And those battle tactics which you'll choose in your turn are really handy because you can literally put the card on the table, say this is the one I'm playing, and then there's no confusion. So very nice, really handy to have. Nice addition to the pack of Warscroll cards, I think. Let's have a look at the Warscroll cards next, and we'll start with Archaon, and these ones for the bigger models with more abilities come in these open out cards. Looks like a lot of information, and I suppose it is a lot to digest, but this is really helpful. Saves you going in your codex and flicking back and forth. You can pick the card up you want when you're playing each unit, and then you've got everything to hand. Very helpful, very handy. And you can see some of them haven't got quite as many rules, and we go the Chaos Lord. Almost didn't need the double-sided card for this one, but they've chose to do it. And it kind of feels special having the open out one for your bigger units so you can do a bit more damage. And I really like how they put these together. You get a really nice image on the front, which is awesome if you're going to be painting. That's a nice reference that you can use if you want to do it in the style of the box art. So there's the main characters. There's a lots more to look through though. Here we've got more double-sided ones that are going to open up. And again, loads of abilities that you can do for each one. Slaves to Darkness is one of those armies that gives you a lot of units to choose from, and I think a lot of that has to do with Warcry, because the war bands from Warcry when it originally came out were all Chaos, so that you've got so many new models, and you can use all of those war bands in Slaves to Darkness. I think it would be a logistical nightmare if you wanted to play them all, and of course I'm going to try it out at some point. But just having lots of options and different ways you can put an army together, I think is really fun. So if that's something you're looking for, you don't want to just play something like Iron Jaws, where there's not that many units to go with, or, for example, Ossiarch Bone Reapers, they haven't got that many either. With Slaves to Darkness, you've got a ton of models you can choose to build, you've got different tactics you can play, so this is going to give you loads more options in how you can put an army together and styles of play above some of the others. Personally, I really like having a mix. I like the Iron Jaws for the simplicity, and being able to collect all the models is pretty quick and easy and cheap to do. And then I also like my Stormcast because they're very similar to Slaves to Darkness. You've got a load of units to choose from. I'm just going to flick through the cards here. This is really an overview to give you a good idea about what's included and just to show off how good these cards are. And then hopefully it will help you decide whether or not you want to get them. Here you can see we're starting to go into the region of Warcry now, with Horns of Hashut there, the Tarantulas Brood, Splintered Fang, and even all these older ones. The Corvus Cabal, my favourite Warcry warband. I think they're fantastic models. That's what got me in the hobby, actually. The Shrike Talon model, I just really wanted to paint it, and then that got me started, and then I haven't looked back since. But here you can use the Furies as well, the Raptorix, and they're pretty cheap on points. All these are going to be fantastic. Foamroid Crusher, I can't wait to play him. And then you've also got cards for models you found in Underworlds too. So that's brilliant. You'll have to play Zarshia and Kagra's Ravagers together, but they are treated like separately. And it's really nice you can do that, bring in all your models from the different games. And then there's the spells, the endless spells that are specific to Slaves of Darkness. That's a ton of cards we've just gone through. If you can get hold of this pack, especially if you just want this and you don't want the Battletome, it's going to be under £10 just for the cards at the moment on eBay in the UK. I don't think you can go wrong with that price. It's so good. The Slaves to Darkness Army box also came with this Enhancement Card pack. This is going to give you 28 cards, and these are for the enhancements that you find in the Battletome. Again, it's just to save you looking in the book if you want to check on something, or when you're building your army, you can put the Enhancement card together with the different units and the War Scrolls, and then you haven't got to have the Battletome out on the table at all. They've all got the same image on the back of the card, and then as you work through, it's got the different sections that relate to all the information in the Battletome that you'll see when we do an overview of the book later on in this video. I'm just going to flick through these cards like I did with the War Scrolls, just so you can have a good look at them, because this is something that I always wonder about. What is exactly included in certain products from Games Workshop? And, you know, it's not cheap. Certainly now, with the prices going up consistently, I really want to know exactly what I'm getting for my money, and that's why I make these videos, so you can have a good overview of everything that's included. And then after this, I'll go down and do more deep dives into different units, into different models. We'll look at a War Scroll for a particular unit, and even tactics on the table. That's something I've started doing with the Stormcast Eternal, and plan to do with other armies in Age of Sigmar too. So a lot of content to come. So if you're enjoying the Age of Sigmar content, thanks so much for watching it, and you've got a lot more to look forward to, because I'm really into this game now, and got some exciting news coming up which I can't wait to share later this week, probably by the weekend, so look out for that coming on the channel. Now we've had a good look through the card packs, let's grab the Slaves to Darkness Battletome and we'll have a look at that. This is the one again that came in that army box set, but this would be the one you would buy that was usually a limited edition 500 copy. So it's got all the fancy trimmings, the gold page edges, the bookmark, and a different cover. Usually the Battletomes, at the moment at least, are £32.50 in the UK, but these ones, the limited edition ones, are usually up towards £50. And I don't know if it's worth the extra, to be honest. This is the first time I've actually got my hands on one of the limited edition ones. It is nice to have, and if you're only going to have one or two armies and you want to have a book that's a little bit more special, then why not do it? But if you're collecting lots of armies, the contents are going to be the same. It's just really the appearance of the book on the outside that makes a difference. But yeah, for me, I wouldn't pay the extra money. I would get the regular £32.50 Battletome. But again, this particular Battletome I've got here with those cards was just over £20 for the lot, which is just a complete bargain as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, let's get on with the book overview, and I'm just going to flick through so you can have a good look at what's included and the layout. And right away, we're greeted with this really nice image. I think the artwork in this book is just next level. Photography is brilliant. You've got a lot to like about this. And here you can see we've got the contents. We're going to get everything we need for the lore. We're going to find out about the different legions, the hordes. We're going to look at the rules and work our way through everything we need to actually play the game and build our army. Looking at Path to Glory, match play, and then a lot of the book is made up of War Scrolls and then some pitched battle profiles at the end. Let's start flicking through then, and now you'll find out about the lore, some coloured images. Look at this artwork, it's so good. And if you're looking for some inspiration to paint your army in different ways, the artwork and photography in here is going to be a massive help. And it's just so varied. Look at this. So colourful, vibrant, really well put together. You can learn about the different gods, Triumph of the Ever-Chosen. There's just so much to read through here, and it's broken down really well into different sections or chapters, if you like, and then you can really get a good idea of what's going on in the world of Age of Sigmar. You're looking at the different areas. It's focusing a lot on Gur at the moment with the current season, and that's going to have some info in here. You're going to learn about all the different units, how to muster a horde. I like this, Lord Infernal's Reavers, which gives you a structure of the army, breaks it down. Then you've got the Damned Legions, a nice section on Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, and what a fantastic model, and a brilliant piece of artwork on the right-hand side there. And there was me playing around with the bookmarker that's included in these other more expensive battle tomes. This is a nice section called Champions of the Chaos Tribes, so you're going to be learning a lot here about the influence of the different models from Warcry. That's going to come into it quite a lot. Ogroids, there's a nice section on those. I think they're brilliant models, so good. And then we'll start going on and finding out about all the different warbands of the 8 points, which is where Warcry really focused on when it was first released. Now we're into Gur as well with this new season of Warcry. But yeah, really nice section on the Warcry models, bringing them into Age of Sigmar. Now look at this. This is a bit disappointing. This is the sort of thing you don't want to see, especially from the higher value books. It shouldn't be stuck like that and tearing where the pages are joined. And if I'd paid £50 for this, I'd be really put out. That's not very good. But anyway, let's forget about that. I didn't pay 50, I paid 20. But hopefully this isn't a problem you'll see across the board. Anyway, this is a nice section. Great for reference if you're going to do some painting. The photos here, really crystal clear. It's got so many different models. It's got the different examples from the Warcry warbands as well. Look at this. How cool does that look? The army all laid out. One thing I like about the Battletomes for Age of Sigmar is that they include a painting guide. That's really cool. Something you don't see in 40k in the codexes. It's really nice that they do that, because painting's a huge part of the hobby, as we know. Now we're on to page 68, where the rules will start. This is going to give you all the different things you need, battle traits, enhancements, war scrolls, everything. And it's going to take you through the steps then to build your army. So you'll just work through using the core rules that you've got for Age of Sigmar. You can then follow along with the steps and then pick out your battle traits, your enhancements, and put your army together. The enhancements you see here will be found on those enhancement cards as well. That's going to make it really nice. So when you found what you like in the book, you can literally take the card out, assign it to your war scroll for the unit that will have the enhancement, and that's really nice. You can have everything together, especially those ones that open up for the leaders. You can put the card inside it. Got a nice little package ready to go. Then we've gone through some other sections. Path to Glory, now onto match play, going through core battalions, and then we're on to War Scrolls. Check out this full page of rules for Archaon, a massive model, loads going on there, but really fun to play, I imagine. I'm looking forward to eventually getting that model. I think it would be a really nice way to build an army around. But then you've got all the other War Scrolls you need. I'm going to flick through this just quickly, not going to focus on any particular one in this video. Again, I will be doing deep dives on units in the future, so look out for those. But all the War Scrolls that you can see here were found in that Warscroll card pack too. So again, you can look through the book, have a good read through, find what you like, then pull those cards out and start putting armies together. And then the cards are good because you can just look at them and then learn them one at a time as well and get familiar with your units. Then at the back, you've got all the points for mustering your army, and then you've got a code if you get the book brand new and sealed that you can enter and then get the digital copy, which I've done already, so you won't be able to use that code, I'm afraid. That covers the new Slaves to Darkness book, but I've got the old one here, the Chaos Battletome, that I bought a while ago when I tried to play Age of Sigmar before, but just never did it. And inside, it still looks good. It's very similar information. I must admit, the newer one has got a lot more photos, some nicer artwork, but otherwise there's not much difference in the quality, certainly of the interior. The exterior though are worlds apart. Those gold paint edges, the nice cover, it does look good, but is it worth almost £20 more? I'm not so sure. Anyway, I thought it'd be nice to put the old Battletome next to the new one so you could have a look at how things are progressing. I quite like the artwork on the old one, to be honest. It looks almost like an annual or something a bit more cartoony you would have got as a kid, which I think is quite fun. But it does look cool, the new one as well. So both have got a lot going for them, and nice to see things progressing and how things change, I think. There you go, that's the Slaves to Darkness Battletome, the Warscroll cards and the enhancement cards, and hopefully this video has given you a good idea about what's included. And if you'd like to get these and add them to your collection, go to eBay. They're so cheap at the moment. Get them while you can, because once these Warscroll cards have gone, it's really hard to find them. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching. If you did like it, please hit the like button, that really helps. Consider subscribing as well, that would be awesome. And I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. A big thanks to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep making these daily videos, bringing you all the news, updates for your favourite games. I really appreciate that support, and I couldn't do it without you, so thank you so much. And if you'd like to join the Patreon community and support the channel too, there's a link in the description below where you can find out more, and I'd love to see you there.